Hi everyone. I've been sitting on making this video for a while, but it feels like it's time to do so now. I hope you're all okay. I know there's a lot of cray going on in the world right now. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxieties, a lot of the unknown. It's trying times for the world. The UK are only just starting to feel the effects now. I just want you to know that this video comes from a big place of love, and I'm sending love to each and every one of you. I haven't planned this video at all, by the way, so I'm just going to ad lib and see what happens. So basically the reason why I'm coming on here is that I do believe there is a section of society that you can all learn from. And that section of society are the lost people who live with chronic illness. The people that have already been through the job losses, the financial losses, the fear of death, of facing death, the social isolation, the panic and the fear of not knowing what's going to happen to them, if they're going to survive the illnesses, what the symptoms are they ever going to work again, are they ever going to socialise again, changing their lives, it all turning upside down. There is a nobody, sort of nobody, not nobody supported them, but they did it on their own. So they may have lost jobs because their employer decided that they didn't want to allow them to work from home, so they just terminated their contract and then found themselves unemployed. And all of a sudden, businesses are now making it a work from home policy for the sake of people's health. So there is a bit of irony there that you can't do it for one or two people, but all of a sudden the masses are able to work from home. So these people have had to cope with that already, and all these things are including myself. I live with chronic illness. I have lost a lot and been through a lot over the almost 10 years myself, which is why I'm able to stay calm and be rational in this situation, because I've been through it already and on my own. I have a husband, obviously, who was, amazing, but pretty much the world carried on around me. I even lost friends, people stepped away. So imagine now how you're feeling with the fear of illness, the fear of death, the fear of losing your income, the fear of being isolated socially. Imagine all of that and doing it when the world carries on around you as if nothing's happened. You have nothing to do but to go deep within and go on your own healing journey to find peace, to work with anxieties and the emotions that you face, to be able to cope in the situation. Imagine now what you're feeling, that people then suddenly start being quite mean to you, distancing themselves from you, being cruel to you, falling out with you, telling you there's nothing wrong with you, or you must be faking it, or you're just a little bit sensitive. All these things are very real that happened in the life of a person with chronic illness. They have to adjust and adapt their life. They have to turn to online shopping, a lot of them. I have personally been through all of this. I lost my career, my income, I've lost friends, my health, the anxieties that come with knowing will I ever feel better again. I feel a lot better than I do now because I've managed to sort of go on the healing journey. Every winter when everyone's walking about with flu, like I am the big I am because I'm not stopping and I've got flu, it puts me and other people with chronic illness in the vulnerable in society at risk. So every winter I have to work with the emotions and the anxieties of people walking around without a care in the world about how they live their life in this fast-paced world where stress is worn as a badge of honour and slowing down is seen as a weakness. Well, I'm afraid, guys, you're about to learn a big lesson that slowing down, taking precautions for yourself, upping your self-care, sitting in the present moment, finding gratitude, are all going to now be the superpower to get us through this. And you're going to learn that that isn't a weakness. If you're afraid of the next few weeks, I know there's a potential that for 2 weeks we might be in lockdown and we might not, but this could go on for quite a few weeks. It's a few weeks out of your life. We're going to get through this. Most of us are going to get through this. We're all together in this. But what you can do is work on your own self-care at home, and so you could have the ability to care and think about other people. The anxieties that you're feeling, the panic buying, the extra stress that you're putting onto your nervous system isn't going to help you if you do end up catching the virus, or anyone else in the family, and it's actually not going to help you if you live with other conditions anyway. Having extra stress and panic and anxiety doesn't help anybody. It goes into our nervous system and can cause a lot of problems emotionally and physically. You're being asked to slow down and connect with your emotions, chill out, bring in the breath, and just try and find peace and rationale in a very difficult situation. Look to the people who have had to do this for years, me included, the lost society that were left to deal with this on their own without any government support, that have done it for more than... Sorry about that, I had a phone call come through. I've put it on Do Not Disturb now. So where was I? So yeah, you guys might be able to learn a thing or two from the community that are pretty much abandoned by everyday society, which is the chronic illness community, who are used to all of this and have to live it pretty much day in, day out. So there are lots of them around giving advice and support. Learn from them. Remember to stay zen, to take each day as it comes, to live in the moment, to find gratitude in the small things. I saw a post, and I don't always like these posts, to be honest with you, because it's okay to feel scared, and I don't like anything that makes you feeling scared belittle anyone's feelings. But I'm asking you to just stay centered and rational and know that you're going to be okay. And I'll go on to the thing about the fear of death in a moment. But this post that I saw was, your great-grandparents were asked to go and fight a war. You're being asked to sit on the sofa for a few weeks. It sort of puts things in reality. That we live such a fast-paced life that we don't know how to slow down without creating panic and fear. So it's a sign that we have a lot of work to do. In the UK, 100%, because I'm experiencing it myself, I'm seeing it myself. But worldwide, we have work to do on our emotional well-being. It's time. It's time for us to take emotional health seriously. If you're panic buying toilet rolls because of a virus, it's a sign that things aren't right. It's just not normal, rational behaviour. I can't get my head around it. And I am probably going to come across a bit of tough love with that. It's very selfish. If you're being very selfish, there's a fear there. That's emotional wellness. So when we talk about emotional and mental well-being, we're not necessarily talking about mental illness either. We all have mental health. We all have physical health. It's important to work on it. And it's a sign for me when I go out and I feel the panic in the air that our emotional well-being is not where it needs to be. So I'm hoping that we learn from this. It's time to take this seriously. It's time to start meditating, to connect into the breath, to speaking to people, to communicating, whether that's through a counsellor or with family and friends. It's taking walks in the fresh air, it's slowing down. There's so many things. Art therapy, learning how to say no, boundaries. So yeah, there's so many things. I can't cover everything off in this video, and that wasn't my plan. But yes, let's put things in perspective here. It's scary times because it's the unknown. And I do believe it's the fear of death that's what's triggering all of this in people. And I have a few things to say about that. I'm going to touch my face. I am in my own home. I have washed my hands. Had an itchy nose then. Ooh. I'm a soul midwife. So a soul midwife is somebody that's emotionally, holistically and spiritually supports somebody as they die. I've been sitting with the dying now since 2013, but as a fully qualified soul midwife since 2016. I believe it is. I'm also now a mentor for the West Midlands for any newly qualified soul midwives. It's my calling. It's why I'm here. I've already started working spiritually with the coronavirus. I'm not going to go into this now because it's too deep. But I know that this work's going to take over my life again soon. I'm going to be called to do a lot more with it, particularly around this time. The fear of death is what's creating a lot of panic. I totally understand. I don't want to die. I have lost loved ones myself, and it's heartbreaking, and grief is complicated. So I'm talking about death, but I'm sending it with love from somebody that has compassion for this, but also somebody that's not afraid of death, because I totally accept that it will happen. It's a given. Nobody wants to die, but accepting it and being okay that it's going to happen and removing the fear from the everyday life brings a peace that I cannot explain to you. And I do believe that all this panic, a big majority of it is the fear of death. So I'm asking you to sit with that. Is there anything I need to do around my relationship with death? Have I accepted that that is going to happen to me in this life? I'm going to do another post about soul midwifery and acceptance of death and stuff. It's not for now, but I just want you to put in perspective, and this happens a lot, but at the moment, because of all the unknown with the virus and all the fact that it's a pandemic now, the fear that's in society and the rules being placed on us that it's unprecedented. We've not had to go through this in our lifetime. I want you to just put in perspective that there are people dying in hospitals completely alone because their family can't be with them. And I just need you to think about that for a moment and put yourself in their shoes. So I want you to please stay at home if you've got any symptoms. Please stay at home if you've got symptoms, so that you're not passing this on to the most vulnerable people in the society, so that less people have to go through losing their loved one and not being able to be by their side. I've got a celebrant friend who conducts funerals, and there's a big thing about that, people can't go to funerals and say goodbye to their loved ones. And that doesn't matter if they've died of the coronavirus or not. It's any death. I lost a cousin a few weeks ago. Because he was murdered, so his funeral we're not allowed, the body's not released yet, but his funeral will be coming up soon. I don't even know if my aunt is going to be able to have any support there to say goodbye to him. There's a lot of stuff going on that you need to put yourself in things in perspective. Panic buying and getting yourself in a tiz because you've got to stay at home for a couple of weeks. Put it in perspective. It's a reality check. There's a lot of stuff going on. As a soul midwife, I know I'm going to be called up to do a lot of work, and I'm hoping that if the hospitals allow me to, and I'm getting the call to do spiritually, I'll be the one sitting with those patients as they die alone. And I want you to actually just send out some love for those situations. I'll need the love. Although I know I can do this role, I will need everybody's love and support. The people that are dying will need everybody's love and support. The families of people that are dying because of the virus, not being able to be with their loved ones, will need extra love and support. The health professionals at the front face of all of this need extra love and support. We all need extra love and support. Stay centred, send out love and support. Try and release the panic and the fear and the anger and the frustration and even the blaseness, because being too blasé about this is not helping anyone either. Wash your hands all the time. Like I said, if you've got symptoms, please stay at home. Don't be selfish. I understand. I'm self-employed. My husband's self-employed. I have no idea how we're going to pay the bills. I have no idea, but I can't get myself into a tiz about it. I'm just going to be centred and enjoy the moment. Enjoy breathing. Enjoy being alive. Look for the gratitude. And yeah, Message me if you need anything. I can't guarantee I can reply straight away because, as you can imagine, I'm quite busy myself. But message me. I'm here for you. I've been through this. I've walked through this alone. I've walked through the isolation, the lack of money, the fear of death. I've been there. I've done it all alone. And it's made me a stronger person by having to go on the healing journey, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. You can do this. If I can do it, I'm not special. There's nothing special about me. You can do it. We've got this. Just stay focused, centered and zen, and just know that I'm sending you lots and lots of love. That's it for me today, and I'll update you if I need to, but just, you're going to be good, guys. Let's stick together. All right. Bye-bye.